Imagine for a moment that you are unknowingly throwing away $1 million. Not literally, of course, but through a series of small, seemingly insignificant decisions you make every single day. Sounds impossible, right? What if I told you that for years I was doing exactly that, and it all started with something as innocent as a $5 latte? Today, we're going to uncover the shocking truth behind how those tiny, everyday expenses are secretly sabotaging your financial future, and more importantly, how you can reclaim that hidden wealth and put it to work for you. This isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to source for demystifying personal finance. If you've ever felt like your money just disappears, or that you're working hard but not getting ahead, then this video is for you. We all have those small, habitual purchases. For some, it's a daily coffee. For others, it might be a snack from the vending machine, a quick takeout lunch, or even a recurring subscription you barely use. Individually, these purchases feel like nothing. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. What's the harm? That's what I used to tell myself. I scoffed at the latte factor, dismissing it as overly simplistic, even a little condescending. Surely my financial success wasn't going to be derailed by a $5 coffee, right? I thought I had bigger fish to fry, more significant financial mountains to climb. But then one day, curiosity got the better of me. I decided to do the math just for fun, and what I discovered wasn't fun at all. It was a wake-up call that completely changed my perspective on money. I calculated that I was spending about $5 a day on my beloved coffee. 5 days a week, that's $25. Over a month, that's roughly $100. Annually, that's $1,200. Still seems manageable, right? A drop in the ocean of a yearly budget. But here's where the magic, or in my case, the horror of compounding truly reveals itself. Let's break down the numbers with a little bit of financial wizardry. If I had taken that $100 a month and instead invested it consistently, let's say in a broad market index fund averaging a conservative 7% annual return, what would it look like? After just 10 years, that $100 a month, or $1,200 a year, would have grown to over $17,000. Not bad for just skipping a coffee. But the real shocker came when I looked further down the line. After 20 years, that same consistent $100 a month would have blossomed into over $50,000. Think about that. $50,000, all from what I considered a trivial daily expense. And it gets even more dramatic. If I had maintained that discipline for 30 years, that $100 a month would have swelled to over $121,000. And if I had kept going for a full 40 years, that daily latte would have cost me over $250,000 in missed investment growth. $250,000. And that's just one $5 daily habit. When you start to factor in other small, unconscious expenses, the numbers can easily climb into the millions. This wasn't just about coffee. It was about the profound power of compounding and the massive opportunity cost of unconscious spending. It was about realizing that I wasn't depriving myself by making a different choice. I was empowering myself by taking control of my financial destiny. The latte factor isn't just about lattes. It's a metaphor for any small, recurring expense that, when viewed in isolation, seems insignificant, but when compounded over time, adds up to a staggering amount of lost wealth. What are your lattes? Maybe it's the streaming service you signed up for but rarely watch. Perhaps it's the daily vending machine snack, the impulse buys at the checkout counter, or the convenience store stop for a sugary drink. It could be eating out for lunch every workday instead of packing a meal from home. Each of these seems harmless, a small indulgence that brings a moment of pleasure. But just like my daily coffee, they represent money that could be working tirelessly for you, growing into substantial wealth. Think about the subscriptions that quietly drain your bank account every month. How many apps do you pay for that you use once a month, or even less? How many premium services are running in the background, forgotten until you see the charge? These are all lattes in disguise, eroding your potential wealth one small payment at a time. The problem isn't necessarily the expense itself, but the lack of awareness and the absence of intentionality behind it. We often spend these small amounts on autopilot, driven by habit, convenience, or even a subtle form of emotional spending. We tell ourselves we deserve it or that it's too small to make a difference. But that's precisely the trap. So why do we fall into this trap so easily? Part of it is human psychology. We are wired for instant gratification. The pleasure of that fresh coffee, the convenience of a takeout meal, the thrill of a new subscription, these are immediate and tangible. The future benefit of investing that money, on the other hand, is abstract and far off. Our brains prioritize the present moment. We also underestimate the power of small numbers accumulating over time. Our intuition struggles with exponential growth. We see $5, not the potential $250,000. This cognitive bias makes it incredibly difficult to connect a small, present action to a massive future outcome. Furthermore, many of these lattes are tied to habits. Habits are powerful. They allow us to operate on autopilot, saving mental energy. But when those habits involve unconscious spending, they can become detrimental. We grab the coffee without thinking, renew the subscription without reviewing, or order takeout simply because it's Tuesday. Breaking these ingrained patterns requires conscious effort, a willingness to challenge our default behaviors, and a clear understanding of what we truly value. It's not about living a life of deprivation. It's about aligning your spending with your values and your long-term financial goals. It's about making conscious choices, not just defaulting to convenience. The good news is that once you understand the latte factor and its profound impact, you gain the power to change your financial trajectory. It starts with awareness, moves to intentionality, and culminates in actionable steps. Here's how you can identify your own lattes and reclaim that hidden wealth to build a more secure and prosperous future. The first and most crucial step is to track your spending. You cannot manage what you do not measure. For 1 month, meticulously record every single dollar you spend. Use a budgeting app, a simple spreadsheet, or even just a notebook. Categorize your expenses. You might be surprised by where your money is actually going. Many people find that their discretionary spending categories, which include many latte factor items, are far higher than they ever imagined. This isn't about judgment, it's about gaining clarity. Once you have a clear picture of your spending, the second step is to identify your lattes. Look for those recurring small expenses that don't bring you significant joy or value. Are there subscriptions you're paying for but rarely using? Do you buy coffee every day when making it at home would be just as good and significantly cheaper? Are there impulse purchases that add up? Be honest with yourself. This isn't about cutting out everything you enjoy, but about finding the leaks in your financial bucket. Next, evaluate and prioritize. For each identified latte, ask yourself, is this bringing me proportional value and joy? Could I achieve the same satisfaction or benefit in a more cost-effective way? For example, if your daily coffee is a cherished ritual, maybe you don't cut it out entirely, but perhaps you reduce it to 3 times a week, or you invest in a quality coffee maker and make it at home. If a streaming service provides endless entertainment, perhaps it's worth it. But if you have 3 similar services and only use one, it's time to cut the others. The goal is mindful spending, not mindless austerity. The fourth step is incredibly powerful. Automate your savings and investments. Once you've identified money you can free up, don't just let it sit in your checking account where it might be spent. Set up an automatic transfer to a savings account or, even better, an investment account. Treat this latte money as a non-negotiable bill. Pay yourself first. Even if it's just $25 a week or $100 a month, Getting it out of your checking account immediately prevents you from spending it unconsciously. Automation removes the need for willpower and ensures consistency, which is key to compounding. Fifth, find alternatives or substitutions. Instead of buying a bottled water every day, carry a reusable water bottle. Instead of buying lunch out, pack a healthy and delicious meal from home. Instead of paying for a gym membership you rarely use, explore free workout apps or outdoor activities. These small shifts in behavior can collectively save hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars a year, all of which can then be redirected towards your financial goals. It's about being resourceful and creative, not restrictive. Sixth, set clear financial goals. It's much easier to motivate yourself to skip a discretionary expense if you know what you're saving for. Do you want to save for a down payment on a house, fund a child's education, create an emergency fund, invest for early retirement? Give your latte money a purpose. Visualizing what that $250,000 could become, a comfortable retirement, financial independence, or a dream vacation, makes the present sacrifice feel less like a sacrifice and more like a strategic move towards a brighter future. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, reframe your mindset. Stop viewing cutting back as deprivation and start seeing it as an act of empowerment. You are not losing out on a $5 coffee. You are gaining the potential for hundreds of thousands of dollars in wealth. You are not depriving yourself of a subscription. You are choosing to invest in your long-term financial security. This shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset is critical. When you consciously choose to direct your money towards your goals, you are actively building the life you want, rather than passively letting small expenses dictate your financial future. The story of the latte factor is a powerful reminder that every single dollar counts. It's not just about the big financial decisions, like buying a house or investing a lump sum. It's about the cumulative impact of all the small, seemingly insignificant decisions we make day in and day out. The power of compounding means that even the smallest amounts, consistently invested over time, can grow into truly life-changing sums. That $250,000 I missed out on from my daily latte habit could have been a significant chunk of a comfortable retirement, a child's college fund, or a stepping stone to financial freedom. Don't make the same mistake I did for so long. Start now. Identify your lattes. Make conscious choices. Automate your savings. And watch as those small, consistent actions transform your financial future. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about understanding that your financial destiny is not determined by how much you earn, but by how much you save and invest consistently, even from the smallest amounts. If this video has opened your eyes to your own latte factor and inspired you to take control of your spending, please give it a thumbs up. What are your lattes? Share them in the comments below, and let's start a conversation about how we can all reclaim our hidden wealth. And if you want more practical, actionable advice on how to master your money and build true financial freedom, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Your financial future is waiting. Start building it today.